What would you do if your sales team is completely quota oriented instead of success and customer oriented?
Yeah, that's one you see quite a bit. I think the first part there, obviously, is start to really look at the comp plans and how you can change those as a way to drive different behavior. But even as part of that, I think you've really got to get in and speak to the executives who have set up this mindset and this culture to say, is this really what we want? Is this going to achieve our business goals for renewals and expansions? And here are some of the problems that we have. And start to have that conversation first to get the executive support that you need. Then I think you start to change the comp plan. But one of the things I think is so often missed is that many organizations forget to ask for the specific behaviors that they want. So if when you talk about if they're quota oriented instead of success oriented, what does that mean? What are the observable actions and behaviors you can point to that are harming your organization? Say, we would like them to please stop doing X, Y, and Z. Instead, please do A, B, and C so that we get this other result. And similarly, what else do we need to do to enable those desired behaviors? And then, the other piece is, the single biggest driver of performance and behavior is sort of the immediate supervisor. So making sure that the salesperson's sales managers are rewarding and incentivizing and acknowledging the correct behaviors and desired behaviors is pretty key. And it's not an easy thing to do, and I think that's one of those situations that if you are the customer success person or a customer success leader, you really do need to start at the sales leadership and start to get them to understand the impact that it's having on the rest of the organization. And many organizations get so excited about the revenue coming in the door that they forget cost to serve and churn and the other pieces and the impact that has on your profitability. So you're looking at both sides of the profitability equation, I think is pretty key. Any thoughts there, Jason?
Yeah, I think it's a great point, and I think it's actually something that's quite difficult to do. I think you've hit the nail on the head. The comp plan is something to look at. The renewal outcomes comp plan. We're not discounting that can be very difficult. You're looking to change behavior, change how your sales guys are incentivized. But it goes back to that thinking long term. I really like the idea. If my sales team can be rewarded partly on the initial transaction, partly on delivery of outcomes, and partly on renewal, and then that renewal they're rewarded on it year after year, that's a really compelling proposition for them. So I think that's something to bear in mind and help that conversation. It's not, comp plans aren't something often that would change overnight.